When you look at the nation as a whole, these two teams are among the most talented. Unfortunately for them, they wrestle in the Big Ten, the nation's top conference. It's Purdue and Maryland each battling for their first conference win of the season here on senior night. And we welcome you inside the pavilion. I'm Tyler Lochte, and alongside me is Jack Suzanen. And Jack, we've got a firecracker first match here. The two ranked wrestlers meet in the middle. We are underway for some Friday night wrestling here on Big Ten Plus. And Brown from Allen, Texas, one of the biggest public high schools in the nation. Their cafeteria looks like a food court in the mall.
It's crazy to think about. Obviously a big football program as well, one of the bigger high school football stadiums in Texas. Kyler Murray, a notable alum.
Now Brown's going to try to go for the leg, but good defense there by Ramos. Brown still has it though. Now 30 seconds into this opening bout. Now he's going to try to kick the other leg. Could not get it to go. And still trying that tactic. Now he's going to go for both legs and put him down. A takedown, and Brown has the lead. Good start here for Brown and for Maryland. Now Ramos trying to get a reversal. He will. We're tied 2-2. And a whistle will go. And let's take another look at that. You can see here, Brown, he's got the legs. He tried that move twice to try to kick it. Just went in on the legs, and he got the two. 0-0 between these two guys ranked in the top 15 in Brown and Ramos. Brown wearing the black and Ramos in the gray for Purdue. Ramos out of Lockport, Illinois. Redshirt sophomore against the redshirt freshman of Maryland, who goes for the legs, trying to turn him around. Good defense here by Ramos. So Brown had a takedown earlier, was waved off. Can he get one here though? Great job by Ramos, just never giving up and avoiding those points going up on the board for the Terrapins. Brown still has that leg though. Now he's going to try to sweep that other one, going down. Could this be 2 points for Purdue? It will. Ramos with the first takedown that's going to count today.
Yeah, and again, it started with that great defense that was played by Matt Ramos.
Looked like Brown had him in a pretty good spot. Let's take another look. He's got that leg. Looked like just lost focus there for a second, Jack. Nice job by Ramos to bring him down. And Ramos, he's up 2-0. Brown trying to escape. He will. It's 2-1. Brown's pin was the only points for Maryland against Ohio State. Last time I was in this building, it was as full as I've ever seen the pavilion. This is certainly a guy who's got a knack for some flair. Only lost twice this year. And Ramos says that ride time at 14.6. Not going to factor in quite yet. It's got to be a minute plus, but we've still got a long way to go. Final 30 seconds of this opening period, and Brown's going to try to go low for the legs again. And again, Ramos, Jack, just so in control, it seems like all the time. He's so comfortable in the ring.
Yeah, and anytime Brown comes out aggressive and you think maybe he's going to gain a little bit of an advantage, Ramos is right there to shut it down. It's fantastic to see.
I mean, these are two of the best at the 125 weight class in the nation. Number 3 against number 5, 15. And that is going to do it here for this opening period. 2-1 lead here for Ramos, and looks like Ramos is going to start on the bottom. Jack, he's going to want an escape here quickly, as Brown can try to eat into that ride time.
That would be very helpful for Brown.
So Brown's got him at the chest. Just trying to throw him back down, and he will.
Strong play there from Brown.
And now he's going to try to turn him over. But Ramos got out of it for an escape point. He leads 3-1. here in the opening match of what could be a pretty exciting night of wrestling here in College Park. So Brown is going to need a takedown here. He's down by 2. He's got about a minute to go here in the second, plus the third. Now he's got the arm of Ramos. But Ramos comes around and gets 2 more. And Jack, Ramos just moves so quick on the ground.
Yeah, again, as we said earlier, just fascinating to watch. Anytime you think Brown is going to come out strong, again, Ramos not letting Brown see any advantage at all.
And now Ramos is doing a good job of keeping Brown contained on the mat, but Brown's going to have to get up. It's easier said than done against a guy as good as Matt Ramos. Ramos, a former U.S. Open champ just last year. He really is one of the top guys in his weight class in the nation. And he's just throwing around number 15, Brown, right in front of that Maryland bench. 10 seconds to go here in the second. It was all Matt Ramos. Brown trying to steal an escape here before it's done. He cannot get up. And we are going to head to the third. Put 3 minutes up on the board. Let's take a look.
Again, you mentioned it, Brown just trying to get any semblance of an escape, but it just was not coming for him. Ramos doing a fantastic job to hold Brown down.
Right time clock at exactly 1 minute. And it's going to go up as Brown is on the bottom. Brown's going to need an escape, and then he's going to need some takedowns here, Jack. He will get the escape to make it 5-2.
Well, it starts somewhere, and that's what you needed if you're Braxton Brown. A pretty quick escape. Now he needs to get to work.
Ramos trying to go on the offensive there, but could not get enough of Brown to take him down. Both wrestlers just trying to establish control there in the middle, right on that M as they move over towards the edge of the ring. And they're going to get a little bit too close to the wood there. They're going to go back to the middle. Minute 18 to go here in the opening bout. As Matt Ramos of Purdue has the lead. And if you're Brown, you're quickly running out of time. You're going to need a takedown, and you're going to need it pretty soon. As Ramos goes for the legs, pulls one of them down, could not get to the other. A good job there by Brown to get out of it. Now Brown grabs the leg. As Ramos has the foot. And let's see if Ramos can get around. And he will. That's 2 more for Ramos, and that should pretty much put this away. If you're Ramos now, you just want to keep Brown down. But he's going to try to go for more. Got a little bit too close there to the edge of the mat. They're going to have to go back to the middle. So 7-3 is the lead for Matt Ramos with 28 seconds left to go in this opening bout, the 125s. And the riding time now secure for Ramos, so that's going to be another point for him. He'd love to get a takedown here. Give his team that extra point.
It would be huge for Ramos and for Purdue, and a night where, you know, it's going to be a match that's up for grabs, so any point matters.
Right at the death. Matt Ramos puts in one heck of a performance there. He's going to get that ride time point as well. Just the regular decision, though, could not get to 8. And Purdue is going to take the 3-0 lead. Guys on the mat Again, we haven't seen much of Sandoval this year. The redshirt senior from Waldorf.
But we know Sandoval is talented. We're just waiting to see it this year.
Well, he had some big moments last year. Finally back on the mat and trying to get Maryland back in it. $3-0 lead for Purdue as we enter match number 2. And Sandoval has got a hold of him, but can he get around to get those 2 points? Good defense here by Norris. Sandoval still just trying to get around, and Norris just keeps going with him. Sandoval's got him down right the middle of the mat. Just waiting for that right moment, but Norris has done a great job here just avoiding that takedown. And Sandoval just pulls away. He's going to have to restart, Jack. He's got the arm now. Going for the other. And again, just so evenly matched so far, about halfway through this opening period. And Jack, it's massive for Maryland after dropping 3 points there in the opening bout to get back in it and tie it up.
Absolutely. And again, Sandoval more than enough ability to try and get a win here.
And don't let that 0-1 record fool you. This guy, he's as good as anybody on this Maryland roster. Just don't really know where he's at. Again, so hard to come back and just dive right into Big Ten play. As we enter the final minute of this first period, Sandoval still just trying to go around the side, get that takedown, but has not worked so far. As the clock just keeps winding down, neither wrestler able to get the better of the other. After an impressive performance by Ramos to get us started tonight. Final 30 seconds here of the first. See if somebody can steal some points. Final 15, gonna have to go around now, Jack, if you want it to count.
But you don't want to make any mistake that could lead to giving your opponent some points, and it looks like they're both just going to hold here, and they're going to go into the second period scoreless.
So let's see what they decide. They're just going to go standing up, still going to look for that takedown to be the first points. See Coach Clemson there from that Maryland corner. Giving Sandoval the advice on where to pick, as there's some noise from this Maryland crowd.
They're all very excited to see their king back on the mat.
And they'd love to see Sandoval pick up a victory here. The redshirt senior on senior night. And again, still no score here in the 133 bout. Fighting with the arms. And with guys, they've just kind of been waiting for that crack to show, that one opportunity to try to get that takedown, but so far it's been dry.
Has, but the moment will come for one of them, and I'm sure either Norris or Sandoval will take advantage.
Got to just keep your focus here. Don't give your opponent anything. As we approach the final 25 of the second, still no score. And a whistle goes. They're going to have to go back to the middle. So not as much action at all as we had in the 125. And it really is a beauty to it, right, Jack? I mean, you've got two guys so evenly matched, just trying to do whatever it takes to get the better of the other.
And yeah, you mentioned it right after that firepower.
So Norris going to try to get the escape point, and he will. First point finally comes for Dustin Norris. Sandoval would have loved to keep him down and get that ride time point, but he can only put up 4 seconds. So now he's going to need a takedown. And if he can't get it, Norris is going to win with a soccer score of 1-0.
You can see Norris just trying to play some defense here, making sure he doesn't end up on the ground.
Sandoval, as he approaches the final minute, is going to have to really get creative here to finally break down Dustin Norris. Norris grabs the leg. Can he get that takedown? No, but can Sandoval get around? He's got the chest, but Norris has a hold of the leg. Sandoval's running out of time. Just 45 seconds to go here in the third. And he's down by 1. A takedown would put him ahead. Sandoval had to be careful there.
Still got a hold of the leg, though. Sandoval does.
Norris can come around and get 2 here. Purdue's bench begging for it, but the refs finally give it. And with 20 seconds to go, that's huge.
It is. It's almost insurmountable now for Sandoval.
Sandoval would need to escape and then get a takedown in 10 seconds, and he is firmly attached to the mat right now. And Sandoval is not even going to get out of it. Wasn't always pretty, but that's just tough wrestling there from Dustin Norris to make it 6-0 Purdue.
Yeah, very good win for Norris, and
down by 6. That level of desperation just creeps in at every bout. But Jack, you can't let what the guy in front of you did affect you.
Absolutely not. And you know, Cal Miller, while only a freshman, has Big Ten experience already, and already is a Big Ten winner. You know he won't let the pressure get to him.
Yeah, Miller, a lot of experience as Phileas tries to get that leg. Miller now with a hold of his opponent's leg. Miller has gone up against the best, went up against Cole Matthews, who's ranked #1. And that Pittsburgh duel, as we go back to the middle. And again, Phileas, I mean, it is possible to beat him. He has lost 7 times on the year, the grad student.
Cannot count out anyone just because they're ranked wrestler facing an unranked wrestler.
Still no score here in the 141. And 6-0 lead for the Boilermakers, who come in here looking for their first conference win of the year. Maryland is in the same boat. Maryland looking for their first conference win since 2016 when they took down Michigan State. Miller's going up and over on Phileas before the whistle. Stoppage there, potentially dangerous, so we're going to restart. 1:23 to go here in the first period. Miller's going to shoot there. He's going to work here on the floor. Trying to secure first lead for Maryland. Coach Clemson, the Maryland bench, they're screaming. Begging for that takedown. Now Philly's trying to fight for positioning here. Can he get around and grab 2 points? And they will give him 2. Coach Clemson can't believe it, but Purdue's going to have another lead.
And that's been the story for Maryland, both in first match and this one. They've had advantages, it seems like, but then Purdue playing really good defense and coming right back around to get a takedown of their own.
You can see there, Coach Clemson, Burrow grad. Pretty fired up there with the officials, but we're going to go back to the middle. And Miller's going to have an opportunity here, Jack, to get an escape.
Which would be huge. He's got time to do it.
Yeah, but that time quickly running out. Seems like the best chance is right at the start. But now Filius has kind of established control, and his goal is to keep that ride time clock moving and avoid a point here for Miller before this first period is over. And it looks like he's going to do that as we will head to the second. 2-0 lead for Parker Filius.
And a very good start, very good period for Filius. Miller started to get something going, it seemed like, but Filius doing a great job to turn the tide and get 2 points for himself.
And Filius, a 3-time NCAA championship qualifier at the 141. He's going to pick up a point there on the escape. 3-0, he leads.
And that's exactly what you don't want if you're Cal Miller. You wanted to try and potentially get the riding time back down, hold the escape for as long as you can.
Now Miller's going to have to go to work down by 3. Love a takedown here if you're Coach Clemson in Maryland. Get your guy back into it. I mean, Maryland has been close to that first Big Ten win since 2016, earlier this year. And now Cal Miller's going to grab 2 points. Since we know Philly's there with the 2. Referee walking by at an inopportune time, I would say there, Jeff.
Just a little bit.
You know, there is such a thing as being too close to the action. As Filius there on top, he's got that ride time over a minute. Now that's only going to count if it's staying that way at the end.
Miller's got to be careful here. Doesn't want this to get too out of hand and force an even bigger point grab for Purdue.
Well, Miller finally gets on the board with a point to make it 5-1. See that ride time clock right at 1:21.
Miller would love a takedown here before this period ends.
But so would Filius. He's got the leg. Can he get around? Has he done enough to get that 2 points? Is he going to look for some swipes here on the near fall as the period expires? I didn't see anything there. So 5-1 is the lead for Filius over Cal Miller. So you can see there the Purdue coaching staff led by Tony Ersland, the Iowa grad. So Cal Miller with a lot of work to do, and it's going to start with an escape, but Filius really making that hard.
Almost had it.
Yeah, he was on his feet for a second, just could not break loose from Filius's hold. As we approach the final 125 of this third match of the night. Filius has that ride time clock over 2 minutes now. He's firmly in control. So it's effectively a 6-1 lead for Filius. You factor in that ride time point that's going to be added on. Now keep in mind, he's going to have to get to an 8-point lead to secure a major decision.
Might be a bit tough at this point, but you never know.
For that to happen, Miller's going to have to escape, and he has. I think that's one of those where Purdue wants to just get Miller out of that. They feel comfortable trusting their guy Filius to go for some more points. Because it seems like Filius could have held on the whole time as he gets another takedown, though. Now make it 7-2. An escape there by Miller makes it 7-3. Again, keep in mind that ride time point as we approach the final 10 seconds, a whistle. Purdue just 4-9 on the year, but I'll tell you, they've come out firing here, Jack.
They have indeed.
Filius gets the leg, trying to turn it over. And the Purdue Boilermakers are going to start a perfect 3 for 3. Parker Filius wins by decision, and it's 9-0 for the visitors.
Really put some points on the board, and let's see if Ethan Miller can do what his brother couldn't.
And again, Miller, one of the many very talented underclassmen here at UMD. Jaden Reynolds is also an underclassman. He's had a rough year. Now competing as a sophomore. And Miller coming out of Park Hill High School, Kansas City, Missouri native. I'm sure he's looking forward to the Super Bowl on Sunday.
Sure he is.
So final 2:15 here in the first. If you're Miller, you're looking up at that scoreboard, Jack. You're seeing 9-0. There's got to be some pressure on the freshman as he goes to the leg. Has he done enough for the takedown? He has not. Now Miller grabs the leg of the Terrapin. Oh, just holding on to that left leg of Reynolds for dear life right now. Still a battle for it here on the mat. No points awarded yet in the first period. Now Reynolds has the leg of Miller. And finally, we head back to the middle. No points given.
Some good defense being played by both Miller and Reynolds there. Very close to a takedown in a couple situations, but both of them doing a good job to get out of it.
Miller coming in at 22-5. He's had a great start to his Maryland career. Competed last year in the Clarion Open. He was a finalist, redshirted. Started off the year 5-0, Jack. It's really a great way to set the tone always.
Of course.
So 40 seconds left to go here in the first. Still no score between Miller and Reynolds, but Miller's got to be Maryland's best chance to get some so far. He's got the leg. Can he spin him around to get two? Reynolds doing whatever he can to avoid that. Again, Miller just grabbing that ankle. Reynolds turning around. He's going to try to pull that free. As there's 5 left to go here in the first. No points given either way. We're tied at 0.
No points, but very competitive. A lot of competitive wrestling going on there, and close to a takedown a couple times for both sides. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone can get an advantage here.
So 9-0 Purdue leads 0-0 here in the 149 as we head into the second period. And Reynolds starts on the bottom. An escape would be the first point of this fourth match. But Miller just trying to hang on here, take some control for the right time, but Reynolds gets out of it. Looked like Miller there, he kind of lost his grip as they were flipping over.
Yeah, but he got some decent ride time on there, 18 seconds. So if Miller can get a takedown, could be in a very good spot.
If you're Reynolds now, you've got that lead. But also keep in mind, Miller's going to have the chance on the bottom if he wants it. In the third, he could tie it up with an escape. So if you're Reynolds, you're going to have to go on offense here, Jack.
You are indeed.
He's got that thigh. And Miller doing whatever he can to avoid being taken down to the mat. He's gotten out of it.
Great defense being played there by Ethan Miller, getting out of that.
Now Miller's got the foot. Can he take him down for 2? He can. Finally something for this Maryland crowd to cheer about. I know Braxton Brown had one earlier. It was taken off, though.
Can start to hear this crowd getting up a little bit more. Miller's just got to hold strong here.
If you're Miller, you cannot let Reynolds get out of it before this period's over.
And he's got about 10 seconds he's just got to hold on for.
Just forcing him down to the mat. And we are going to head to the third. So that right time is at 56. Just ran out of time at that bell. Clock did not start, much to the dismay of the crowd behind us. If you're Miller here, want to try to get out as quickly as possible. Take a 3-1 lead, and he will. Ethan Miller, 140 away from Maryland's first points of the night.
And they'd be huge points.
But you got to think Jaden Reynolds, he might have something to say about that. (9-0) lead for the Boilermakers. Them and the Terrapins a combined 0-12 in Big Ten play this year, but Ethan Miller gets another takedown. And that Maryland bench, once swipes, they're going to get him. That could be 4 points. Can Miller get a pin? No. Add 4 more for Ethan Miller. And now he's up by 8. He's got that ride time as well. This could be a big chance here, Jack, to cut into that Purdue lead.
Huge swing this could be. He's just got to hold on here.
Now he's going to get some more swipes. He'd love to get that pin. That's only 2. Some of this crowd standing up as Ethan Miller's just gone right after Reynolds here in this third period.
This is the momentum Maryland needs.
If you're Miller, if you can get a fall here, that would be 6 points. That would make up 2 of your losses right there. But there's only 15 seconds. As it stands, Miller is going to get 4 points on the board for Maryland. Just trying to hold Reynolds down. Took him a while to get going. But Ethan Miller with a very strong third period is going to take it by major decision. 9-4, Maryland's right back in it.
They are indeed, and that's what you got to do. Ethan Miller picking up 4 for the Terps, and
coming in at 14-5. Let's see if North can ride the momentum of this crowd against another top 10 guy from Purdue. That just goes to show how good Big Ten wrestling is, Jack. I mean, you've got multiple top 10 guys on this Purdue team, and they're 0-6.
It's a gauntlet, Tyler. Every duel is just a gauntlet.
And let's see if Maryland could try to get some more points on the board after this. We take that break, that intermission. If you're Maryland, you'd love to go into that in a position in which you could take the lead immediately. I mean, if North can pick up 3 points here, they're just one regular decision away from the lead, Jack.
And that's huge. Absolutely huge. And got some good wrestlers coming up for both teams still, as they're going to direct these guys back to the middle. But got big-time wrestlers coming up for both teams.
Wait a minute, Coach Clemson, he's walking into the ring. I think he wants to take another look at something. He's walked all the way to the middle of the ring near us on the table to plead his case to the officials. Coleman just walked right over to that Purdue bench, but officials didn't see anything. So we stay at 0-0. North doing a good job to hang on against the number 6 ranked 157. .130 left to go here in this opening period. In the final match before the intermission. Here, Coleman, everything that we said about North and the importance of it, it's flipped.
Definitely. And we went into Ethan Miller and Reynolds last bout, and we're saying, well, Ethan Miller needs it here, and now Coleman needs one here.
And he's off to a good start there with the takedown. I'll give him a 2-0 lead. North would love a reversal, but now Coleman's got him down, looking for a fall. Looked like North got out of it for a second, didn't do enough to get the escape, and it's a pin. Kendall Coleman. He works quickly there, Jack, in the first period, picks up 6 points for the Boilermakers.
And that's exactly what you didn't need if you're Maryland. Obviously, it was going to be tough going against Kendall Coleman. Absolutely enormous. Got momentum back to the Boilermakers, and it puts Maryland in some must-win situations.
We are back underway here for what is essentially the second half of the duel here tonight. John Martin Best in black for Maryland, and Cooper Norrie in gray for the visiting Purdue Boilermakers, who lead at 15-4. For Maryland, up next, it's Penn State in their final Big Ten clash. And Penn State's currently ranked number 1 in the country, so if they want to try to grab that elusive Big Ten win, it seems like tonight would be their best chance. Going up there to Happy Valley, it's one of the hardest places to wrestle in the nation.
Yeah, and it's always packed there. The crowd's always electric, and they're one of the best teams consistently in the country for a reason.
Top 10 guys everywhere on that Nittany Lion roster, but Purdue has a few of their own, and we have seen them here tonight. They have performed with Coleman especially picking up that pin and showing why he deserves to be considered as high as he does. He's number 6. But now we've got 2 sub-500 guys. As Best gets out of it there. Still no score between them. Norrie trying to go low. Good defense, though, by Martin Best. Get a little bit too close there to the edge, but Best directs them back in. Best there stumbled for a second, regains his balance as we approach the final minute of this opening period of the opening match of the second half here tonight at the Duel. Getting a little bit too close there to the outside. Gotta be careful here if you're either one of those guys. If you're gonna try to go on the offensive, can't really do it when you don't have room, but now they're gonna go back to the middle. .35 to go here in this first period. Not much in the way of action until now as Nori goes around. Backside picks up 2 points on that takedown. 20 seconds to go here in the first, and Best, he would love to get an escape. Nori trying to prevent that from happening. Almost got swipes. That's a reversal from Best to tie it. And he did so with just 10 seconds left to go in the first. Enormous there from John Martin Best.
Keeps him in it. And he's going to start on the bottom here, try and get an escape.
Yeah, that would put him in front. That's going to be a caution there on Nori. We're going to try that again. They gave Nori an extra second there on that ride clock, despite the caution. It would be pretty interesting, Jack, if that 1 second does go on to matter, but I have the feeling it probably won't. But Best is going to get out of it. He's going to grab himself a point.
Absolutely enormous there from Best.
And again, getting a little bit too close from the outside here. Got to be careful what you try. You don't want to waste energy on something that's going to get a whistle. That's what's going to happen.
Best could get a takedown here. It starts to become a little bit more interesting.
A stall warning on Purdue. You had a feeling, Jack, they were going to start to try to clamp down on that because it seems like Nori just goes to the outside every chance he gets.
And it was clear it was making Coach Clemson a bit more upset.
So a 3-2 lead here for John Martin Best. That great takedown, then an escape to start the second. As we approach the final minute of this second frame. It was 9-4 before Coleman's pin. Picked up 6 points for the Boilermakers to make it 15-4. And now this back line of Terrapin wrestlers, they've got their work cut out for them, down by 11. Final 30 to go here in the second. Both these guys would love to get some points on the board before this one heads to 3. Now just 10 on the clock. And it looks like they're just going to ride this out. And we are going to head to the final period. John Martin Best of Maryland has the lead. But Cooper Nori can tie it here with a quick escape.
Be interesting to see how Best plays this.
So if you're Best, you are looking at a minute 30. If you want that ride time point before you give up an escape, that would be almost something. The entire third period. Nori trying to get up, and he will. We're tied at 3 here in the third.
All comes down to this.
You're right, Jack. The ride time does not matter. You can see it right there, just 24 seconds. That's not going to give anybody points. Seems like it's going to come down to who can get that next takedown. I really do not see there being more than one. The way that this spot has gone so far. Who is going to get it? Minute 10 to go here in this 6th match of 10. His best has Nori high, but Nori doing his best. He's got that arm on the upper thigh of Best. We are quickly approaching the territory of some drama. Best had the leg for a second, lost it. Now Best is trying to chase him down. Nori goes for the legs. 30 seconds in the third. They're getting close to the edge again. If you're Nori, you got to be careful. Cannot have another stall. 15 seconds. Could sudden death be looming? 5. They're going to take this down. This has been about as even as we've seen all night. We're going to get some extra wrestling here, Jack. Sudden death, simple as that. Who can get the other to the ground first? Best went for it right away. Sudden death, sudden victory. About as cruel of a way to win or lose. Cannot make any mistakes. Best looking for it there, could not get all the way. And we wrestle on here in the added period. We're going to go back to the middle.
Best clearly trying to be aggressive here.
Yeah, Best really wants this for his guys. It's do or die time here for Maryland, down by 11. You can win this, you can get right back into it. We're an OT, it would just be 3 points, but that would make it 8 points on the night that Maryland would need to come from behind to get. But Nori has Best in a good spot here. Could Best get around? Too close to the line, out of bounds. We're gonna go back to the middle.
Maryland fans are ready for it. They're getting on their feet.
Let's take a look here. Best had him there just outside of the ring. And now Nori's gonna go for the legs. High drama here at the Xfinity Center Pavilion. Who is gonna get the 3 points? Best on the back foot. They're too close here to the scoring table. They're gonna go back to the middle again. .42 seconds left here. It's sudden victory. First takedown takes all 3 points. Sizing each other up. Coach Clemson wants a stall. Does not get it. Now 20 to go. Nori going low. Good defense there by Best. Now 7 seconds. I mean, this has been as good of a match as we've seen all night long.
It has been.
Let's wrestle some more, shall we?
Why not?
Nori's going to be on the bottom. Can he get out of it? Best trying his best. Make sure he doesn't. That's just hanging on for dear life to the chest, but Norrie gets out of it. That's a point. That puts the pressure on Best. And again, it's so hard to try to stay engaged and avoid that stall. These two guys, they're so tired. We're gonna head to the second tiebreaker. So now Best has all the pressure on him. He's going to have to get out of this, Jeff. Down by 1. Norrie trying to prevent that from happening. Throwing him back down. He's got the arms on the shoulders. Now Best still fighting to get out of it. Kenny, yes! Now he's going for 2, and John Martin Best comes around the back. Still hanging on, though.
Can't let him get out of this.
John Martin Best had a reversal, and he takes a 5-4 lead.
He's got to hang on for dear life here.
If John Martin Best can hold Norrie down for 8 seconds, he's going to get a massive 3 points. They're going to start standing. Norrie's going to need a takedown. He's going to need it now. Martin Best just needs to play defense. 1 second. What a win for John Martin Best. And the Maryland Terrapins are back in it with 3 points. And again, an issue with the clock. Well, after a marathon like that, you got to think both these guys, they've been ready to wrestle for the last 5 minutes, Jack. How do you lock in?
It's tough for sure, but you got to use the energy you had built up warming up for this, and see if they're going to be aggressive to start. That's what I'm interested in.
Well, Dom Solis just saw his guy pick up a marathon win. A massive 3 points to get Maryland right back into this duel here. Now Bauman is going for the takedown. Can he get those 2 points? Solis has to be careful here on the ground. Solis has that foot, but that's it. Still no points given here in the 174 match. 7th of 10 here tonight. Purdue leads by 8, and any win now is massive, Jack.
Absolutely, and both teams are trying at those points, but you got to say it's more important for Maryland. Obviously, they're down 15-7 here, and they're going to need to start putting points on the board, and those points need to come as quick as they can.
The 2-time Indiana high school state champion, Brody Bauman. It's a modern day in Evansville. Dom Solis also representing his home state. He's from Laurel, former McDonough Eagle. Played some football down there in the MIAA. As Bauman grabs that leg. Now he's going to try to go for the other. Still no score here in the first period. Finally a takedown given to Bauman. Right in front of us. All the action. We really do have the best seat in the house. It was too good to be true, Jack. They tell him to go back to the middle.
Yeah, and if you're Solis here, again, you need an escape and you need it quick.
And again, Solis coming from that football background. How important can that be in wrestling? He played as a linebacker.
Can be. A linebacker's about seeing things before they happen and being quick, and both of those are very important in wrestling.
You know, Solis, he's a guy, think about making open field tackles. It's kind of similar as he gets the escape. It's just you and somebody else. You've got to get them down to the ground. Solis, the sophomore, certainly very used to doing that. Two to one, though, he trails. And the Boilermakers, they would love to get their 11-point lead restored. Bauman's got that leg. He's got another 2 points. Now Bauman's going to try to go for that arm. Holding it out. And Solis get loose. Bauman's just throwing him around. Solis gets out of it. Did not do enough to get the escape. We're going to go back to the middle.
He's getting close.
An interesting note for Brody Bauman. He won high school state championships, 2 different weight classes, 160 in 2021 and then 170 2022. Went a perfect 69-0 in his last 2 seasons of high school. 30-0 in 21, 39-0 in 22. As he pushes Dom Solis closer and closer to that scoring table. A little bit too close though. It's going to go back to the middle. Ride time as we take a look at 59. Solis, you could say he really needs an escape here, Jack, before this period's over.
Absolutely.
He's only got 9 seconds to do it. That would be a massive point to leave on the table if he cannot get it. He's up to his feet. Can he get out of it? No. Bauman hanging on. Can he get there at the end? No. Looked like he was inches away as the buzzer sounds to take us to the second, a fresh 2 minutes on the clock.
And if you're Dom Solis here, the ride time's not in your favor. And now Bauman has the chance to get an escape. It's going to be tough for him.
And that's why that not getting the escape was such a missed opportunity for Solis. He throws Bauman back down. And again, while that may look impressive, does not get you any points when you start on top. He's just trying to establish control. Could try to turn him though and get some swipes. Try to get a fall. That would be the ultimate goal. Now he's got his arm around that neck. Question is, can he turn him over? No.
But putting a nice dent in that ride time. Back down to 33 seconds.
Jack, if he can't get any swipes here, he's going to have to get 2 takedowns. Bauman can get out of this. Now, if you're Solis, another thing you could do is if you somehow ride out this entire second period, Jack, you could get that ride time point. That could put it to 4-2. An escape to start the third would make it 4-3, and a takedown could be enough to put you over the top. Now, it's again easier said than done, but if you're Solis, you do not need to let Bauman out of this. So I guess my point.
Exactly. You can hang on here. See what Coach Clemson has him doing here. Looks like he's still going to try and hold on.
Now he's got that ride time clock at 10, so he could not get all of it here in the second. But again, for that to work, he would have to get a second takedown in the third. He could get those final seconds there. This has been a pretty impressive display here from Solis, just forcing Bauman down. And it can be tiring when you're on the bottom, just doing whatever you can to try to get out of it. Solis has gotten this far, though. 10 seconds left in the second. Cannot break now.
Absolutely not.
Make that 5 seconds. It's a very disciplined second period for Dom Solis. No points are put up on the board, but Bauman did not get that escape.
But that's what Solis is trying to do. So now Solis is going to need to get up quickly, get that escape, make sure the ride time stays at a decent level, decent number, and then get a takedown, see how long he can hold it for. And he could be in decent shape.
Solis got to his feet immediately. Can he spin out? He can.
He's got the opportunity here.
He does. He's got the ride time at 46. So a takedown and then a little bit of time laying on him. That could make it 5-4. It would obviously be an escape there by Ballman. Could tie it up. But Solis tried to get around here and get those two. Ran out of time as Ballman gets up. 80 seconds to go here in the third. And again, it seems like every bout is must-win for Maryland, who are looking to break a long losing streak in the Big Ten. And again, Solis just late there as he tried to get around.
Ballman just playing defense here. He knows if he can stay up, not get taken down, he'll be in great shape.
Getting that ride time still at 46. Getting into territory here where Solis can just get that takedown. He's going to be in a really good spot. We saw how well he can just hold a guy down. Can he get those 2 points? Ran out of room. Coach Clemson upset. Maryland bench is as well. Let's take another look. Solis just ran out of real estate here on that left side of the mat.
I think Coach Clemson saying that Ballman was open to giving up that real estate.
Maryland bench wants a stall. Solis needs a takedown. Does he get it there? No. That's going to be a stall point awarded and a takedown for Solis. With 13 seconds, that stall point put him ahead.
Now this is huge. You can't let up an escape.
If Solis can just keep him down, he's going to take it. Right at the death, Dom Solis with a massive win. Maryland's got 6 points in a row.
A monumental comeback win for Dom Solis, getting the crowd fired up. Another great bout here, and Maryland will need to keep it going.
Vinay Dia with the task of trying to stop this white-hot Maryland team. Makosi trying to keep it. No score here in the 184 match as Maryland tries to get that big comeback. Vanadia, he's got that foot. Just trying to get around and get those 2 points. Makosi trying to prevent it, but that is a takedown. Now Vanadia gonna try to have to hang on here. He's got that ride time at 20, but Makosi trying to get out of it, get that escape point, Jack.
And he's gonna need to sooner rather than later. Gonna get a little too close to the edge here, and they'll have to head on back.
Vanadia, the Brecksville, Ohio native. Redshirt freshman.
See if that comes into play here, as he's going to need an escape.
And he will get it, yeah. As you said, looks like that elbow, no problem for Kevin Makosi. The Urbana High School graduate, another Maryland guy. That's the thing, Coach Clemson, he really likes these guys in state.
He does, but he also knows, you know, when to go around the country together, guys. Obviously, the Miller brothers, both from Kansas City. You know, Coach Clemson's own stomping grounds in Missouri. He also went to Texas to get Braxton Brown, and he's going around the country, and he's balancing out his team nicely, and he's getting some really good wrestlers.
Vanadia picked up 2 points there on the takedown, as you spoke. And then you've also got one of the best wrestling states in the country in Pennsylvania, not too far away, but you got to think a lot of those guys, they want to go and wrestle for the Nittany Lions.
Absolutely. And a bunch of them who don't want to wrestle for Penn State, they'll go and wrestle for Pitt. Obviously, Maryland's winning this year against Pitt will help things more than they would hurt.
Oh, yeah. That was a massive, massive win for this Terrapin program. Still looking for a big win in the Big Ten, though. As we go back to the middle. So Maryland down by 5. Their first win, if Maryland can complete this comeback, since January 10th, 2016, a 26-10 win over the Michigan State Spartans. As we head to the second. And Venadia and the Purdue Boilermakers, they would not want to be that second victory for Maryland.
Absolutely not, and Venadia doing his job to try and keep hold here.
Well, Maryland, they were close earlier this year to breaking that streak earlier in January when Indiana beat them by 1 on that tiebreaker. Remember our good friend Ben Strober on the call for that one. He couldn't believe it either. Maryland just getting that close, but that Big Ten win still elusive. Nikosi's got some work to do here, down by 4. Venadia with 5 on the board and 1:44 with the ride time. Got to think he's starting to think major decision here, Jack.
Absolutely. But Nikosi still has the opportunity to try and get a takedown or two quickly.
Keep in mind that Maryland does have Jackson and Jaron Smith coming up next. Can Nikosi give them an opportunity to win it? Venadia trying to prevent it. He's got that leg. Good defense there by Nikosi.
Thing here for Maryland is you absolutely cannot afford a major decision loss.
Yeah, 3 points is about the maximum you can give up.
And even then, it's still be a tough task.
And we are going to head to the third. Venadia in control in a big way. Just not much action in this one since Venadia exploded for those 5 points, but I think that's what Purdue wants here, Jack. Just settle down. You've seen Maryland storm back with back-to-back wins, and both of them coming in dramatic fashion. If you're Purdue, you just want to try to get back in it.
And if you're Nikosi here, you need to get out quickly, and then ideally you get a takedown quickly, although at this point for Nikosi, it's probably just about avoiding a major.
Yeah, he's down by 4 in that ride time. Up to 2 minutes, it's effectively a 6-1 lead for Ben Venadia. He's getting pretty close to securing that point. And again, Venadia, he's just making it so hard for Nikosi to find any gap to try to get up. But Nikosi is to his feet now, spins out of it. Can Nikosi get a takedown, make things interesting here?
We'll probably need a takedown and then try and get some swipes, but going to be tough for him.
Right time points secured for Venadia. Effectively, it is 6-2. And now Venadia's going to add 2 more. So now let's see what Purdue wants to do. Can't get another takedown. Well, no, now you can because they're starting standing. If you're Makos here, you have to try to avoid takedown, but got a little bit of leeway. Get the lead technically 8-3. Magic number for Venadia would be 11. To get those 4 points, those crucial 4 points on the board for Purdue.
30 seconds.
And as we wind this clock down, the task for the 2 Smiths for Maryland is simple. They're going to have to find a way to put 8 points up on the board in their 2 matches. Now, there's obviously so many different combinations that one could go about doing that, but that's what needs to get done. As Venadia stops that Maryland hot streak with a win. A decision for him. That makes it 18-10.
But a major or a fall would
a fall
help his
would be
causes.
Ginormous. A fall would just give Jaron Smith the opportunity in his last match at the PAV. And take a look here as Smith starts it out with 2. But again, a fall here would give Jaron Smith the chance to win it outright on just a regular decision. The showman turned down WWE to come back for an 8th year. What a way to go out at the PAV. Can Jackson Smith, number 13 ranked, set him up? He's got 2 takedowns just like that. 4-1 he leads. The redshirt freshman, one of the many fantastic freshmen on this Maryland wrestling roster. The Georgia native going to work here against the Indianapolis, Indiana native in Filipovic. He's got his 3rd takedown. Just making it look easy right now, Jack.
It's been all Jackson Smith here. Filipovic just has no response.
6-2, that ride time clock up to 42. Wrestlers right in front of us got a little bit too close to us. Did not pay enough for these seats, Jack, to let them wrestle right there. So they're going to go back to the middle. Minute 30 to go here in the first. Smith looking for another takedown. He has just been fantastic so far tonight. Graduate of Woodlawn High School. And now he will get that 4th takedown. See the Maryland bench fired up. Can he get the pin? Swipes here. Can he get that back down? Crowd wants it. He's got it. Jackson Smith with the pin, and it's a 2-point game heading to the heavyweights.
My goodness me, Jackson Smith needed to come up huge, and boy did he. The redshirt freshman.
Duels. So the opportunity is there for Jaron Smith.
Now, Jaron Smith, keep in mind, he has not always been a heavyweight. But now he is here. He has the moment. It's right there for the taking. And he's going to go for the leg. And he's got that takedown. Great start here for Jaron Smith. Got to think about the nerves of Coach Clemson. This would be his first Big Ten win at the helm of this program. He's done a lot to get this program better, Jack, but still looking for that validating first win.
would be enormous.
And again, Jaron Smith, he does not waste any time to get that first takedown, does he?
No, he does not. And now he's going to go to work trying to get some ride time on the board.
Again, for the heavyweights, it's almost a different sport, really, from the 125s. You have so much weight that you could put on somebody to keep them down, but Kopas gets out of it easily. Kopas knows he's got work to do, down by 1. Two minutes to go here in this opening period in the final match of the night. Both teams looking for their first Big Ten victory of the season. Maryland, their first since 2016. Smith tried to go for the leg. He could not get it. Now they're going to get close to the line. Can he get that takedown? No, he ran out of room.
Just barely, but the crowd is starting to feel it here. They saw Jaron Smith close.
Again, we cannot emphasize it enough, Jack. I mean, WWE wanted this guy for Maryland, Jaron Smith. He said no, he came back for an 8th year for a moment like this.
And you don't know if that WWE opportunity is going to come again. So this would mean everything to Jaron Smith.
You just kind of feel the weight of this moment, Jack. 1-75 are the Terrapins since joining this conference. There have been some really talented guys that have come through. And who better to really exemplify what that has been like than Jaron Smith? He's been here now. This is his 8th year.
He is Maryland wrestling. There's no other way to put it. He's been here through a lot of tough times, but he's ready to start to get this program back to where it wants to be, and it would be incredible if he could pull it off right now.
Maryland was down 15-4 tonight, and they have come back. $15 left to go here in the first. A little bit of a shot to the face there by Kopas. Smith is going to shake that off. We get back to wrestling. 10 seconds to go here in the first. If you're Smith, you cannot afford to give up any points here. Just play some defense, get to the second with your lead intact. That's what he will do. So Smith looks like he wants to start on the bottom. Now this is an opportunity, Jack. He can get that escape point quickly, but it's harder to get out of it on the bottom at heavyweight than any other weight class.
He knows he has a little bit of ride time to give up, so he's taking the risk here. He's up and out.
3-1 for Jaron Smith. This crowd can feel it. This Maryland bench can feel it. You can see them in the background there looking on. Mitch Clemson stoic as he tries to get his first Big Ten win. Smith tried to go for the leg, but backs out. Two heavyweights in the middle of the mat right now. Here's Smith. Just really have to be careful, Jack. You cannot make a mistake. Give this lead away. That win against Michigan State back in 2016, that was over at the Xfinity Center. So this would be Maryland's first ever Big Ten win in this building in the pavilion section of it. And in that one, Maryland trailed 8-3. Came from behind and won.
Could be seeing something similar tonight.
Jaron Smith wrestled in that duel. And how perfect for it to be Jaron Smith on the mat here in 2023.
Yeah, his senior night, all of his family in the building. And it's going to go to the third period.
And as we head to the third, he is just one period away from what could be one of the biggest Big Ten wins in his career. He's got that leg. But Kopas gets out of it. So as we stand, forget about the ride time. It's at 30 seconds. It is in Smith's favor right now, but have to remember that the takedown to make that count up would mean a lot more than that ride time point would. If Kopas can get a takedown, be a heartbreaker for the Terrapins. They were so close earlier this year against Indiana. Time's got to be ticking so slow for Coach Clemson right now.
Absolutely.
Just 1:05 left here in the third. Jaron Smith can avoid being taken down. Maryland is going to have an elusive second win. Purdue also looking for their first Big Ten win this year. Drought not nearly as long for them. They won one last year. 40 seconds to go here in the final match of the night.
Got to think if Kopas were to get a takedown now, it'd be tough to have the time to get out of it. So Smith's got to be really careful here.
Crowd's starting to feel it. 15 to go. Can Jaron Smith hang on? Crowd rising to their feet as the 8th-year senior Jaron Smith is going to seal Maryland's first Big Ten win since 2016. What a moment for him. What a moment for Alex Clemson. And the Terps can celebrate here in their final match of the half this year.